can make $1 million on one single family deal. It's usually in the states of Washington or California where we hear about these new rules that were put in place in 2025 that allow you to split single family lots off. And you can build new construction on those parcels and get the loan for the construction without a down payment because the land is actually separated and worth value. This is going to be a game changer for you. Even if you're not in California or Washington, there's 10 plus cities that have adopted these rules as well, including Austin, Texas. It's probably closer than you think in your backyard. But on this episode, I'm presenting to the group that's an expert on ADUs. And so I've given them tips on how to use DealMachine to find these ADU properties where you can execute this really profitable strategy right now. Here's 10 ways that Springboard can kill it with DealMachine. I'm so energized by the ADU strategy. And you know, this property on the left, you can't put an ADU there because there's not much space. The property on the right would be a much better candidate, right? All right, so in DealMachine, you might not have known, but you could click on the address and view it in Google Maps right there. So this tells you the property lines, and you could tell, oh, maybe a flagpole could work on this one, but maybe it's not quite big enough. I want to go bigger. So this is the lot size filter. It's at 5,000 square foot right now. So I would then bump that up to 9,000. And this is what Thatch is saying. He's tweaking it so that way the numbers are changing. You're looking at the results, you're tweaking it, you're looking at the results. So make it go up to 9,000. And now let's take a look at the properties that come back. You get the list of sample properties that meet that criteria. You go look them up on Google again, and now you can see there's a whole lot of space back here, but it's pretty narrow right here. So then maybe you tweak it with the lot width filter, which is a new thing we added in the last 2 months so that you could get the lot width. So not every county has it, but a lot do. The second thing is building class. I know a lot of people ask, how do I know where the ABCD neighborhoods are? Thatch would do that for many people if you want to take a look at doing it on your own. This map was generated by ChatGPT actually. So I actually said, where are the ABCD neighborhoods in Seattle? And it didn't really give me what I was looking for. So I asked it one more time. I was like, can you show me those on a map? And so that's whenever it actually gave me that map with the different dots. And they're not like exact hard lines, right? But it's telling me that the A class is dark blue, and then the B class is green, and the yellow is C. So you're going to focus on the B and the C areas. If you guys are able to drive and look for the neighborhoods, that's the very best thing. But if you have a job that prevents you from being able to drive when the sun is out, one thing you could turn to is the county building condition. It's updated when they do the assessment. Most of them are average, but they have other conditions like poor, unsound, and fair. So I can plug that in, and there's 2,500 properties that the county says are poor, unsound, and fair, right? So that could be a cheat code for you to immediately just get a list of what are the properties that look run down. The building zoning, you know, in Washington, NR 1234 residential lots that can have the ADU. And then you've got the low rise 1, 2, and 3, I believe. Right, so those exact letters in your county are available to search in DealMachine as well. So you could just plug those in and filter that out. Infill Lots is a strategy that I've heard. Believe it or not, there's 378 vacant pieces of land here in Bellevue that nobody built on, right? So those could be people that you can target as well to buy it from those people. And they're typically in existing subdivisions rather than, obviously there's no fields and huge plots in Bellevue, but that's why they're called infill lots. And then this is an undercover one called double lots. So sometimes people buy the lot next to them and they combine the lot. So you could find those by filtering the lot number in DealMachine, and it just puts a comma or a hyphen. So you should look for properties with a comma or a hyphen because the way the county designates those is it's going to be lot 1, 2 or lot 1-2. That's right. So you could then split those back off, right? So you find a property that needs renovation, and now you could split off one lot already.
Now let me give you guys a tip. In Seattle, and I'm assuming this is similar. If you ever find a lot that so in Seattle, minimum size is 5,000 square feet. And if you have a 10,000 square foot lot, okay, and the description says lot 1-2, but it only has one parcel number, okay? If you see that, you can go to this county area and they can unhook a leg. There's a leg, it's hooked. You can unhook the leg and the Seattle will give you 2 lot number without subdividing it. So I never knew that when I was younger until I knew that's how they did it. So it's a 10,000 square foot lot, one parcel number, but it says on the description 1-2.
Correct.
There's 2 lots. But why is only one parcel number? It's already grandfathered in as 2 lots, but there happen to be a hook that just hook them together. So people think you got to go and subdivide them. No, you go to the city and they just will unhook it for you for free in like one day. And you have 2 lots.
So this is an example where you can, again, see the list that comes back when you look for this. And then here's the example of, and you can see maybe you can't, but I could see it. It's a big one right there that you can check on the Google Maps very easily. Corner lots are coming soon, including the alleyways. Specifically for you guys, we're working on that. And the next one is, I was talking to Snehal. Where are you at? There you are in the back. Enjoyed the podcast with you so much yesterday. Such good energy. She was asking, I've got a caller, how can I become more efficient with the caller I already have? And so one of the things that I always say is there's 2 styles of exports when you're exporting the phone numbers. And there's a contact style and there's a property style. So if you export and you see the properties, that gives you all the phone numbers associated with the property. But if you do the contact style, it gives you these options to only select the likely owner, and that's actually going to make your caller more efficient. If you're spending $2,000 to have somebody cold call for you, imagine removing the non-decision makers, and now they don't have to call these people who can't sell the deal anyway. So that was one thing I wanted to let you guys know about, is you could filter out the owners. 8 is the do not call list. I'm not an attorney, but we provide a dialer that has 1 million calls made every month. And I talk extensively with my attorney about this anytime a law changes. Per the definition of telemarketing, as a real estate investor making an offer, you're not actually doing telemarketing. So that's an option for you as well. And I personally do call the do not call list. A little bit more on that too, because there's a lot of uncertainty about, well, can I get in trouble? There have been 10 cases in the last 5 years about the investors, with investors who are making offers. So 8 of the 10 were actually texting. So texting turns out to be a lot riskier, just looking at that data. And the reason is because people will text the website, and then their website will have a page that describes selling something or describes being an agent listing their house. And that's when you get in trouble. And typically these cases also had an obscene amount of text messages sent. So just be thoughtful about when you're reaching out to people, and the calling is less riskier of somebody getting annoyed compared to texting. So I'll just leave you with that. Number 9 is cold emailing. So I was talking with, was it Kyle Jackson? He's a member of Springboard. I don't think he's in the inner circle, but he got an email deal. And so we provide the emails. If you want to go that route, don't just download all the emails and then put them all in your BCC column in your Gmail. It won't work. But what you want to do instead, export the emails, run it through a Kickbox verification. It's like a company that does email verification. Run it through Kickbox and get rid of half of them. The reason why you want to get rid of them is because it's only going to pick the cream of the crop that have the best data on being true active emails, and then use a cold emailing platform that lets you create different domains in different mailboxes, so that if one ends up getting flagged as spam, which can happen if you send a lot of emails to people like that, it doesn't affect your main email. So that's how you would do it. 10 is direct mail. I wanted to give you guys a few tips on direct mail. This was a customer who said, I sent 2,000 postcards, I didn't get any results. This was a few tweaks I made, and he got a contract the next round of postcards that actually got sent. The tips are larger image, right? Because this just makes you feel so much more emotion connection when the image is not so tiny. I would say Jeff Colin has an amazing postcard as well, if you ever talk to him. We got rid of the main idea, and we put the main idea in all caps, so we simplified the title. More ways to contact is better. Just putting call or text in front of your phone number will give you a 5% boost in response rate, because some people, they want to text, they don't want to talk. And some people, they want to talk, they don't want to text. So giving them the more options is going to give you guys a boosted response rate. And on the back, I will say your photo of yourself, your photo of you and your dog, your photo of you and your family. That is going to turn out way better than a logo, in my experience. So what we did is we brought in the photo. We still included the logo he wanted, but made it a small portion of who he was, right? And we simplified the testimonial to a much shorter, easier to understand testimonial. And then we tried to line things up so that it was cleaner. So many of you guys may know this, but those are just some really easy things. And you don't have to design a postcard. We've got templates, but we also have like a built-in Canva so you can adjust those. If you do all those things, you'll have a deal.
Thanks for listening to the DealMachine Real Estate Investing Podcast. Please leave us a review and follow along wherever you're listening to your podcast.